This episode is brought to you by Amazon. The holidays are here, and you know what that means? It's time to get your friends and family the gifts they deserve. Take the stress out of shopping with Amazon's great deals and low prices on a huge range of items from toys to tech and much more. Whoever you're gifting for, Amazon has great prices on everything you need this holiday season. Shop early holiday deals now.
And hello, welcome to Unequal Sequel.
Extra.
You were gearing up for a while then. I was trying to extend it a little bit.
I was.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Unequal Sequel, the podcast that devours sequel goodness.
Ooh.
Yeah, I went a little bit different that time. Rock and roll over here. I always think, how can we make these exciting? And I struggle every time because I've got a shitty imagination when it comes to stuff like this. This is what you're getting. Well, October, innit? It's that month.
Yeah.
End of October. Ugh.
Yeah.
I mean, it is my month because the colours look great on me.
You're an autumn-coloured guy. Yeah.
Ginger people look great in autumn. This is our month. The browns, the dark yellows, the oranges. It feels like our month. Obviously, we don't burn in this month either.
I like autumny colours, but that's because I like to think I'm sort of half ginger, being as like I've got the skin of a ginger person, but just with dark hair. So I'm pale and freckly.
Welcome into the club. I'm not quite sure what part of the court, like the clubhouse, will put you in, but we're all quite friendly people, ginger people, because we were tormented and bullied so much when we were younger. No, it's fine. Anyway, what are we doing today? Oh yes, we are doing. It's the end of October, guys.
Yeah.
Even though October, when you hear this, October has got another week to go. But this
is the last Friday in October.
Friday of October, and we stick to rules because without rules, mayhem,
chaos.
So, chaos. Rich, first question: can you let the lucky people? Can you remind them what we've done throughout this month?
Yes.
He's gone in strong.
Okay, I'm going to go backwards. So, we have done Transformers 1.
Yep.
We have done Joker Folie 2. And we've done Hellboy the Crooked Man. Also.
Yep.
And then on Disenfranchised, we did Ender's Game.
Yep.
And we finished off the Rambo box set in Box Set Mentality. We did Rambo Last Blood.
We did, yes. And we've also done 2 episodes of Series 7.
We have.
Pierre Novelli, 3 episodes actually. Tim Roby and Andy Gaffney. All wonderful episodes, brilliant people, and thank God for them, because without them, this month we would have just been in, a dark hole.
We've watched a lot of sequels the last few weeks. We've done a lot of recording, in a short space of time, which has meant we don't just record the episodes, we watch all the movies too. So I feel like I've just been constantly watching movies. And then I look on my Letterboxd and I'm like, I've watched hardly anything. And then I remember it's because I don't put movies from the podcast on there because I don't want to spoil it.
I don't want to spoil it either. And I was thinking of a way the other day of trying to add them into my list, maybe at the end of the year, try and remember and just add them at the end.
Yeah.
But that's the geeky side of me popping out. But thank you for everyone for listening to those. Thank you everyone for sending a message in. One got cut off before the cut off the last month. This is from Josh Barton, he's a film critic and he listens to our podcast. And he sent in his last month, so not October, September, we talked the Alien ranking. Do you remember?
I do remember, yeah.
And he said, "Hey lads, listen to your Aliens ranking episode and just had to give it a go. Watched them all before Romulus, so all pretty fresh in the mind. Sorry for a bit of a long message, but here goes. So we're going to work worst to best."
Okay.
So he's put 9, AVP2, Truly awful, and not just because you can't see anything going on.
That's the right answer, yeah.
8, AVP. It's dorky, but at least it's fun.
It is fun. That's true. That's fun gets it higher up the list for me.
7, Resurrection. The hybrid abomination at the end is a disgrace, but it's harmless fun for most of the film. Yes, the underwater sequence is very cool.
Is it?
6, Alien 3. Coming after aliens hurt its chances, really. The alien doesn't really feel as much of a threat, which is never good in these films.
No, that's true. Yeah.
He's quite right there. 5, Prometheus. God knows why they tried to hide the fact this was an alien prequel. Looks great and features some dumb characters, but Ridley Scott delivers something quite poetic after all these years passing since he started the franchise.
Yep. Okay.
4, Covenant. Watching this feels like Ridley Scott heard all the complaints about Prometheus and made the nastiest film he could. Been a big defender of this since release and agreed that the ending gives me chills every time, cause the ending is a banger. 3 is he's put Romulus. The closest we'll probably ever get to Alien. Take out the awful looking returning character and horrendous callback to that line from Aliens. And he should have said, "Get away from her, you slag," with that accent.
Yeah, he should. That's true.
And you've got a wicked house of horrors set in space. The face huggers are the MVPs of the film, and yes, I like that he liked the final act.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad you did. Man.
I did not.
Now, here's the big one. What's 2 and 1? Josh has put Alien as 2.
Yes.
The difference between this and Aliens is minimal, and I think it lands on whether you prefer the horror or action approach to the franchise. Literally a perfect film to introduce the perfect organism. And then 1, Aliens. Ever since first watching it, I've always preferred this sequel. Takes the character of Ripley and sets her on a course to become one of the most iconic heroes of cinema. It's still scary while being full of great action and likeable characters, mostly. And he's then looking forward to the new season.
Cool. Sounds good. I like that. I like those picks. They're not exactly what I went for. It's not exactly the order that I went for, but it's close enough. I think it's all, we're all close enough in that kind of... I think, does he completely match your ranking?
Nearly.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
I think that must be... I think he's like almost exactly the same as your ranking, if not exactly the same.
Yeah. Well, it sounded good, and he said it better than me because he is a film critic.
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
He writes lots of great pieces. Go check out Josh. I've got 3 emails. Esteban sent an email, said, "Hello chaps, hope you're doing well. Love the 60th Goldfinger episode. Seen them all many, many times over the years, but I'm lucky and old enough to be taken to the cinema to see The Spy Who Loved Me, which makes it my favourite and has the best title music. But that's more nostalgia than sense. He's been thinking about the state of cinema since the release of the box office takings for August, being at the autumn end of life. He has 2 kids in his 20s own, and he, as I pay for Netflix, Prime, Disney and Paramount, I generally think, sod it will all be on streaming for a few weeks and not bother seeing it on the big screen. Summer blockbusters fodder like Inside Out 2 was going to do well as it was school holidays, but Deadpool was phenomenal money and a 15. I went to see Deadpool and Wolverine as I enjoyed the first 2 and the story looked mad. I also went to see the Alien Romulus as a fan and it turned out to be a great story too. Do you think we'll ever get to the numbers back to the big screen, or is streaming so furiously aggressive at getting content onto small screen? It takes something really special to get us to see things as they're intended.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope... I'm not sure is the real answer.
I hope so. If you look back at 2019, the box office, like 7 out of the top 10 all made out of $1 billion.
Yeah.
But we are post-lockdown, post-pandemic, and it has been strange. But when something hits, they hit big. There just seems to be less of them. So people are being more picky because, everything has gone up in price. There's no way getting around that. Life is expensive. So, and cinema is expensive, and everything about the cinema is expensive. So it's a hard one. I would love it to go back and all cinemas would be packed and that, but I don't think it's going to happen. The streamings are going to have to make the window bigger between when it's on cinema and when they put it on, say, Disney Plus or whatever.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's a difficult one. Having a kid who can't cope with the cinema.
Yes.
I often think, oh God, I wish the times between the cinema and streaming were shorter, because I'm the sort of person who will pay 15 quid for a movie on streaming, like, because my kid is desperate to see it and we can't do that. I can't take him to the cinema where it would cost me 15 quid to get him a ticket anyway. But
and you own it,
and then we own it, yeah. But then it's nine times out of 10 it's on Disney or something anyway after that. But I don't know. I worry about cinema. I really do. I think maybe the answer is we go back to lots of independent cinemas instead of big chains, and we all support our local cinema in that way, and we see different types of movies at the cinema. But
I wouldn't pay £20 just for one sitting, though.
No,
do you know what I mean?
That's true. You know, I agree. That is true.
It's we're very blessed. We've got an Odeon near us that does the whatever it's called, Limitless. Yes. And if you go more than once a month, you get your money back, basically.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, we do do well out of that.
So if you can do that, then do that. It's definitely worth it if you've got a cinema local enough. But big problem with me, it's not just the money, it's the audience habits are changing with people within the cinema and how they're acting. The behaviour of the regular cinema goer now is it's out of hand. People on their phones talking through it, up and down. It's very much changed from when I used to go to cinema when everyone would just sit down and not look at a phone a few hours and enjoy and not talk through it. And people who, you don't have that when you go home, And TV screens are so much better and surround sound. It's a difficult one. I like going to a cinema with the lazy boy chairs in my Odeon Lux, and I love that. Yeah. But I don't think we'll ever go back to like all top 10 films being over $1 billion. I think there's going to be a big gap. One film's going to get over $1 billion. Well, you look at the top 10 now, there's a couple are over $1 billion. Despicable Me 4, and then Dune 2, which is around 700 million, but everything out under that is about 500 million and below. I don't know. I think we'll have to see how the next few years go. Film like studios may put out less films, which might help more people go to that, make it more of a special occasion.
Do you think that would help? If it's quality over quantity, but is that really that doesn't really fit the model, does it, of Hollywood, essentially, that they want to churn stuff out.
Well, they need to make money, but if they're not making money from the films they're churning out, Rich, it's
true.
It's a problem.
Yeah.
I would love to know what anyone else thinks, and what the future of cinema is like. Smaller screens, less seats, maybe, or just, it's all going to be on streaming, and that'd be mad. It annoys me when Netflix films aren't available on a cinema, though, because I would like to see certain films on the cinema.
Yeah.
I love a big screen experience. It's my favourite place to be.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know, I worry a little bit about, I don't know what the future holds. I don't know. Maybe Netflix should open cinemas. Maybe they should buy Cineworld. And
then your membership gets you in?
And then your Netflix membership gets you to the cinema as well. Yeah, maybe.
Would you pay extra?
Yeah, I would. I'd pay an extra membership. But then I don't think cinemas make money from the ticket sales. I think they make it from all the other stuff, the popcorn and the sweets.
Well, the popcorn is overpriced.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that is true.
Anyway, let us know what everyone thinks. I'm going to keep moving. We got Kyle got in contact to us. He said, nearly left this on Insta, but didn't want to spoil Pierre's choices for episode 1. So the people who haven't listened to episode 1, go listen to it. I must die on this hill as a secret Windows 1 fan. I like Depp and the writing works for me. However, I can't defend the Gash ending. It came at a time where every film was doing it. Hide and Seek was another. And Depp's character is depressed. He's just lost his marriage and his home. That's why he sleeps all the time. Maybe I defend this as I'm a depressed writer myself and at a Gash. And as gash as Depp's hair is, I reserve judgment as I've been bald since my early 20s. So I can only wish to have Depp's banana peel meets cheese string hair. Pierre missed a trick though. The sequel should be the Jesus from the Big Lebowski is John Shooter's brother and comes back for a revenge. Keep up the good work, lads. New season off to a brilliant start.
having seen the Jesus Rolls, I can't agree with that statement.
That is a truly terrible film. Paul, email. Hi, Dave and Rich. It's Friday morning on a beautiful autumn day, and I've just finished listening to the Your Thoughts and Joker Folie à Deux. Another very entertaining episode from you guys, and not just because we appear to have watched the exactly same movie. Sometimes I can watch a movie and then listen or read a review and question if the reviewer entered a different screening by mistake. Clearly all knew that this had a huge musical element to it before we ventured in. Well, all of us, bar Dave's wife, it would seem. Yeah, she's still angry about that, to be honest. So this was going to an interesting departure for the DC Gotham universe. They say nothing ventured, nothing gained, and this is definitely a bold move, which I totally agree with, by the way. But maybe $1 billion at the box office for Joker convinced the studio to allow Todd to do whatever he wanted. I question who this movie was aimed at. I was a big fan of musicals, and as Rich rightly states, usually these do not act as a commercial break, but progress the story. There wasn't the case here, with perhaps the possible exception of Arthur's rendition of For Only Once in My Life, which I took to his declaration of his love to Harley. Of course we know Gaga can sing, and Joaquin wasn't too bad actually, but this was a DC superhero movie, which I struggled to figure out what the point was. It was so slow and boring. Rich mentions A Few Good Men made me laugh because, as he rightly pointed out, these scenes were a million times from that. In short, this was so dull and pointless, and I left stating that this was another bomb at the box office based on word of mouth from those who had seen a film that was way too long. I want to know why it was made. Yes, I want answers. I want the truth. And yes, I feel I'm
You
damned.
can't handle the truth.
He's entitled to it. Keep up the good work.
Sorry, I just had to, because like we talked about A Few Good Men. You want the truth. You can't handle the truth. Yeah. It was, yeah. I agree with everything you said.
Everything you said.
Yeah.
It's been a weird one, old Folie à Deux Joker, because people who are friends and family who know we do this podcast, they keep asking me, not many, they ask us, have we seen a certain film and if we liked it? And no one has. None of our friends or family have liked it.
No, literally nobody. Yeah.
And it has bombed at the box office. Do you want me to do that quickly?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, let's have a look at box office nonsense for Joker Folie à Deux.
Folie à Deux. So nothing's really changed in the top 10. 1, Inside Out 2, 2, Deadpool Wolverine, 3, Despicable Me 4, 4, Dune Part 2, 5, Godzilla, 6, Kung Fu Panda 4, 7, Beetlejuice is now at $434 million.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah.
Which is really good.
Yeah.
They'll be knocking on Tim Burton's door for another one at this rate.
Better than I thought, yeah.
8, Bad Boys Ride or Die, and then 9, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. 10 is Twisters. Just outside that is Alien Romulus with $350 million. I think that's okay.
Yeah, I think that's okay.
I think they're happy with that. But down at number 17, Joker Folie à Deux currently has 191, nearly 192 million. But
that's not very good, is it?
It had a very big drop off between week 1 and week 2, and week 1 was not good either. So further down, what we talked about still hasn't really kicked into gear, I would say, is Transformers 1 has only made about $120 million, Rich.
That's a shame. But it's half term. It's half term. In some of the country, it's half term this week, and the rest of the country is half term next week. Maybe that's where Transformers 1 is going to start making some more money.
We're just saying, go see Transformers 1, guys. It's good. Take your kids. It's enjoyable. We liked it. Let's move on to movie news. Can you do the movie news jingle?
Sequel news.
Weirdly, not a massive news week month.
Okay.
Screen 7 has set its date for release for us, I believe. It is going to be hitting the cinema. I was really hoping for January. On February 27th, 2026.
Okay.
Nev Campbell is coming back. But do we really care at this point? No.
Not really. Not particularly. I don't really care that much.
Bit of news my wife is very excited about on this one. Anne Hathaway basically announced there is going to be a Princess Diaries 3.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, fine.
Not your kind of film.
No, but it's, it's a thing. It's a thing you can watch if you want to.
It does have a following, weirdly. I think it just celebrated like its 20th year anniversary of the second one or first one or whatever. And I think they might announced it on that date, which is very clever. No new news of Chris Pine is going to be back or whatever, but, or Julia Andrews. Not quite sure.
Okay. So, but, well, yeah, I don't think there's much information about any of it, is there?
No, nothing really is. Ready or Not 2 in the works. Have you ever watched Ready or Not?
What's that about? What's it about?
It's about a bride who gets married into a family, and then they play a game on the wedding night, and it turns out that she has to be hunted by the family.
No, I 100% have not seen that.
It's really good. It's directed by the guys that did a couple of the Scream films, I think. Yeah, the Radio Silent Boys.
Okay.
And it's got Samara Weaving in. It's really funny.
Okay,
really
cool.
Good. Really, really good. She's kick-ass.
Nice. I like the sound of it already.
Yeah, I would say check out that. Kind of like a battle royale, people not going to like that comparison, but...
That sounds all right. Yeah, okay.
Philippa Bowens of Weta and the Lord of the Rings has cleared up something over there because Ian McKellen said that The Hunt for Gollum was going to be 2 films. She has said The Hunt for Gollum is not going to be 2 films. The Hunt for Gollum is going to be 1 film.
Okay.
But there is a second Lord of the Rings film coming, but they haven't announced what.
Okay, so we don't know what yet, though.
Yeah, so at least they're not dragging out this film that's made from a sentence from Lord of the Rings into 2 movies. They're just going to make that into 1 movie. But it's Lord of the Rings, and I think Ian McKellen's coming back as Gandalf. Don't know how. They're probably motion cap it a lot because he's very old now. So he can't, and he fell off a stage recently and injured himself. So he's got to be a bit careful with Ian McKellen. A bit of computer game news, Rich.
Computer game news? Oh, okay.
It's a sequel.
All right.
Have you ever played Alien Isolation?
No. You told me I should because I think you said it was the Alien movie I wanted, but in a computer game.
Yeah, I'm just about to start playing it again because I wasn't brave enough to finish it last time because it's scary. But apparently they've announced Alien Isolation video game sequel is officially in the works. Now this game is about 10 years old maybe. I think it's just done its 10th year anniversary and it is still bangs. It is a great, great game. Like it can build that Silent Hill kind of atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but with aliens. So
cool.
It's great. And that's all the sequel news.
Nice. I like that. Yeah, not loads, but there's some good stuff in there.
I mean, there were some other trailers. There was a new Moana 2 trailer. There was another Wallace and Gromit trailer. Did you know when that was coming out? Have I told you this?
No. No, I told you there was a Wallace and Gromit film coming out.
Oh, no, we know it's coming out, but do you know the date?
I do not know the date, no.
You know it's for Christmas?
Yes.
What day would you want it to come out for Christmas?
23rd of December.
Would have been great, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
3rd of January.
What? Why? That's mad. Like, all the kids are back at school and stuff. Why?
That's not even Christmas anymore, is it?
No.
I hope that's wrong, but I read that and I was like, well, that's Christmas is done.
That's ridiculous.
That's the Saturday after Christmas.
That's really daft.
Yeah, that is really daft.
I don't understand, Dave. Why? Why have they done it to us? Why?
I was really looking forward to sitting down on Christmas Day and watching Wallace and Gromit again.
Yeah.
And now I'm just going to have to watch Close Shave or The Wrong Trousers again, like I do every Christmas.
No.
But it's fine. I love Wallace and Gromit. Let's move on to sequels that we've seen. This is me.
Yeah.
Sequels that we've seen. Sequels that we've seen. Na 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 na. Sequels that we've seen.
So many, but none I can talk about today.
No, I'm trying to look at the list. We've watched a few sequels. Can you leave a teaser? Have we watched any good ones?
We've watched a lot of bad ones, it feels like. I'd say we've watched some good movies for dream sequels, potentially. Oh, no.
We've had some interesting picks.
We've had interesting picks, yes. Yes, lots of interesting picks.
Lots of ones that people haven't picked before. which is exciting.
Yes, that is always exciting.
But it was a tough few days when I had to watch terrible film after terrible film after terrible film, and then going into the Joker, terrible film.
Yeah.
I have actually watched half a sequel. Does that count?
Yeah.
I have started to watch Aeroplane, the sequel.
Do you mean Airplane?
Yes.
Not Aeroplane, Airplane, because it's American.
Airplane, the sequel. Because I've never seen it. Aeroplane's a classic, very funny. There's a joke every, 11 seconds, and they mostly hit.
Yeah.
I saw it on Paramount Plus. I'm trying to watch it on my lunchtimes at work.
I think it's not as good.
I think you're being polite.
Yeah.
It tries to do a lot of the same jokes, and they're not as good. It's missing Leslie Phillips.
Leslie Nielsen. Not Leslie Phillips. Leslie Phillips is like the guy who sounds like Basil Brush.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah. Leslie Nielsen, missing him massively.
Mm.
And it's a weird story. They're in a spacecraft this time, going to the moon or whatever.
Yeah, you
doesn't really work.
Picked a bad one.
I just thought I'd never seen it, and I thought I need something to talk about.
I've seen it, but I think I was about 13 or 14 when I watched it, and even then I was like, this is not good. So
yeah, it definitely feels like one of the bad scary movies. As in, I think the first two scary movies are quite good. It feels like when someone else got hold of the property and didn't understand why the first one was so good.
Do you know which one of those movies I like the most? Those kind of scary movie style. Not Another Teen Movie.
Yeah, we spoke about it last month.
I like that one. Yeah.
I just watched it.
I can't remember.
Yeah, because I watched it when I watched She's All That.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do remember now. Yeah.
Rich hasn't got good memory.
That's a good, like, double bill.
It is. It is a good double bill. And that's all I've watched, so let's move on to next thing.
Oh, what is it? Oh, Movie Club.
Movie Club. Okay, let's get you out the way first.
Okay, I've seen 2 movies.
Do you want to tell the first one or the second one?
I'm going to tell the second one, and then you can laugh in my face again when I tell you the first one. So I haven't watched lots of movies this month. Actually, that's not true. I've watched a hell of a lot of movies this month. None of them I can talk about because they've all been for the podcast. But one I have watched, I watched with my son, The Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie. Not the live action one, the animated one from 2021, which he absolutely loved because he loves, he loves the Wimpy Kid books. And he absolutely loved this movie. I thought it was fine. It didn't blow me away. It's basically like, you know.
Is it linked to the live action ones at all? Is it just?
No, I think that this one is closer to the books. The live action ones are a bit of a departure from the books. But yeah, he liked this one. There's a thing in it called the cheese touch. And basically there's a mouldy piece of cheese on the playground. And if a kid touches it, then they get the cheese touch. And then they have to touch someone else. And then they have the cheese touch. And it all gets passed around. And my son is obsessed with this cheese touch thing. So much so that he wants me to get him a slice of Swiss cheese so he can leave it on the playground at school. And then they can have a cheese touch.
Okay, 1, that's brilliant. 2, is that the storyline?
No, that's just a part of it. That's just one of the horrible things that happen at the school. And I believe there is a sequel, or at least a short, maybe, that comes after it, but I didn't watch that one. I went off to make dinner and left him watching that on his own.
Oh, the one you could have talked about.
Well, I don't think it counts as a sequel. I think it's like a half-hour short or something. Like it's not a real film. But yeah. He really liked that Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I thought it was fairly average.
Even for you, even for kids.
Even for kids, I thought it's fine. But yeah, like I say, if your kid loves the Wimpy Kid books, they might love this movie. And
now you want to tell the dumb thing you did for Disenfranchised?
So if you're another Slice listener, you already know. But essentially, this month's Disenfranchised movie was Ender's Game. Not a good movie, but a passable kind of movie. Not great, it's fine.
It's dull.
When Dave told me we were watching Ender's Game, for some reason in my head, I thought we were watching Aeon Flux, which is absolutely shit. 2005, Charlize Theron. It's a comic book adaptation. I don't know why I got that in my head instead of Ender's Game.
I still can't understand how you got to it.
But I watched it. I messaged Dave being like, Aeon Flux is really bad. And he's like, why have you watched that?
I still don't. You must have sat there and then thought, okay, I've got to do my homework this month.
Yeah, I've got to do my homework. Yeah,
Aeon Flux.
Yeah,
and that just somehow came into your head.
Yeah,
you Googled it. You paid to rent for it.
No, I didn't pay for that one.
Oh, thank God!
It's on Netflix or something or somewhere. We had to pay for Ender's Game, but we didn't pay for Aeon Flux.
Relief, sweet relief.
Yeah,
of that.
Thankfully, I didn't pay for that absolute toilet. Because it's terrible.
Were you cursing the podcast's fair name and my name at the end of it?
No, I was just thinking what an idiot I was myself.
Well, that's when you found out what you'd done wrong.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, at the end of it, I was like, oh, God, it's another terrible movie we've had to watch this month. and then I realised I didn't even have to watch it. It's like Sex and the City 2 all over again. I watched it for absolutely no reason. So please, someone, I'm just hoping it comes up on Disenfranchised. Because it is a disenfranchised movie, right?
Yes, it's on the list, Rich.
Yeah. So I'm crossing my fingers it comes up on Disenfranchised next month, so I've not watched it for nothing.
I might just delete it so you do.
Oh, no, that would be really mean.
It will never come up.
I mean, considering that you haven't deleted ones we've watched already.
I've done that now.
Okay.
We're all fine. Yeah, it's a bad film. And I'm never going to... Well, I'm going to have to watch it if we pick it. But
very
apart
bad.
From that,
very bad.
Very bad. How they got Charlize Theron in it?
I don't know. She's the best thing in it. She's the best thing about the whole movie. And she barely says anything, if I'm honest. She just sort of... She walks around looking very attractive. I think that's basically what this movie is.
I get that and another film called Ultraviolet, which is another
I've never even heard of that.
I think that's on the list as well, which is also kind of based on a comic book. I get those two films modelled up and they're both famously bad. So anyway, anything else?
No, sadly, that is it. That is it.
October has flown as well though, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. It's because we've been doing so much recording of episodes, I think. We've recorded loads of episodes in October. Season 7 is nearly finished. We've nearly recorded them all.
Few more left, yeah.
So, and that will run us till Christmas. So we're way ahead of ourselves. But it just feels like we've just watched a lot of movies. Yeah.
Which is very unlike us to be organised.
It is quite like us to be organised, but I'm enjoying it, I think. I feel like I'll be enjoying it when we get to Christmas and we can have that little break and relax.
Yes, that'd be nice. I can't wait for that as well. I actually watched some films.
Oh, go for it.
I'm going to talk about the bad ones we can skip over quickly.
Okay.
My wife made me watch The Lucky One with Zac Efron. Another Nicholas Bar. Don't worry about it. It's. I remember I worked at a job once and I had to do something for the trailers to go on supermarkets. And I watched that trailer, I'm not lying, about 500 times. So I had never watched it because it drove me slowly mad for a while. But it's a very Nicholas Sparks movie. And if you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. But the listeners might. It hits every tier of Nicholas Sparks. It's the guy that did The Notebook.
Yeah.
And films like that. Yeah. She loved it. It's fine. What else did I watch? Kandahar, because I love Gerard Butler films.
I never even heard that either. I've heard of Kandahar, obviously, but I've not heard of the movie.
He's a spy and he has to get out of Afghanistan. It's not as good as I was hoping to be, but it has got its some points of action goodness. One Life with Anthony Hopkins.
No. Oh, yeah. The guy who saved all the kids in the war.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the clip, the old BBC clip, always makes me cry every time I watched it. So of course, when I watched this film and they redid that bit, I cried my eyes out, even though I knew it was happening.
Yeah. Of course you did.
Can anyone else stand up who this guy saved and the whole audience stands up? I lost it. Anthony Hopkins is great again in it, but it's going to get compared to kind of like Schindler's List kind of thing because it's about someone saving people from the Holocaust. It's not Schindler's List. It's fine, but I still did cry. It just shows anything will make me cry at this point in my life. The film I really want to mention is Will and Harper, which is about Will Ferrell going on a road trip with Harper Steele.
Harper, all right. I don't know who Harper Steele is, I don't think.
It's a writer from SNL that has transitioned into a woman, and they go a road trip across America to see how their friendship is and how it's changed or whatever. And it's beautiful. And it also shows there's a scene when they go to a steak dining experience, and it's just horrible. It just shows certain parts of America are horrible.
Really?
Full of horrible people. Yep. Other parts of America, lovely people. Amazing country. It's a great documentary. I'd recommend that one. It's very sweet. The other film I really want to talk about is something called Rebel Ridge. Have you heard of Rebel Ridge? Straight to Netflix.
It's not like Rebel Moon, is it?
No.
Thank God for that.
So much better than Rebel Moon. It is like Rambo.
Okay. All right.
And it's got Don in it. And it's from a director called Jeremy Sautner, I think his name is. He's done a film called Blue Ruin and Green Room. That not all his films are about colours. Ever heard of those two films? Ever heard of Green Room?
I think I've heard of Green Room, yeah.
Got Patrick Stewart playing a bad guy.
Yeah, I think I'm aware of it. I don't think I've seen it, but I think
really good. A band go and play at a club, and the club turns out to be like a neo-Nazis, but then they see something and they won't let this band leave, and it's like a fight to get out. Really good. Patrick Stewart is terrifying. Anyway, Rebel Ridge, Don Johnson plays a sheriff of a small town, an actor called Aaron Pierre, a very intimidating actor. He's going to this town to pay his bail or his cousin for certain reasons, stopping to go and jail. On the way, these local sheriffs stop this character and are not nice to him, and they basically take the bail money. He wants his money back. These are corrupt people. It goes on from there, like very much like Rambo.
Yeah.
I would say.
Okay.
It's fucking brilliant. Really enjoyed it. There's a little bit in the middle when it gets a bit Scooby-Doo-ish, which you don't really care about because the action and the characters are so good and the dialogue's really good. And you're like, okay, I'll let that slide. But honestly, Rich, watch this film. It's on Netflix. It's fucking great.
Okay. Cool.
I'll recommend anyone. Great director. If not, go and see.
Write it down. I'm writing it down. Rebel
Ridge, Green Room, Blue Ruin.
Green Room, Blue Ruin.
You should write down all the films I told you. Official Secrets.
Oh, yeah, Official Secrets.
You'll love that because that's talky people.
Yeah, I've been meaning to watch that anyway.
And, I will be watching a sequel next month because I just watched Enchanted for the first time since 2007.
Oh, okay.
The Amy Adams Disney film.
Yeah. I know Enchanted.
I forgot how much I love that film. How good James Marsden is in it. How silly
that has a sequel, yeah.
Disenchanted. Didn't really know. Yep. I'm going to watch that
at
some point in the next week, and I'll let you know next month what that is. But yeah, Rebel Ridge, watch it. That's your homework this month.
On it.
Hopefully you like it, because always worries me when I recommend a film to you and you don't like it. Anyway, let's move on to TV Club.
Boo! TV Club.
Have you watched anything?
Yes.
Oh.
I've watched The Cleaner on BBC.
Greg Davis.
I love it. It's great. He's brilliant in it. The first two seasons are incredible. The second season started to get a little bit silly and then pulled itself back again. And the final episode is great.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's really worth a watch. It does have some really interesting episodes and stuff in it. So, and some really interesting bits in it. So definitely worth watching. It's really funny. Greg Davis is amazing.
I love Greg Davis.
Yeah.
I think he's wonderful. I just like comedy-wise. I mean, Taskmaster is still one of my happy places when I watch it.
That's one of the things I've been watching. Taskmaster, obviously, and Great British Bake Off. They're all kind of in there.
All loving those things. Yep. Murders in the Building is... How are you feeling about that season, this season?
I wasn't loving it, and then I am kind of loving it, and I'm hoping I stay that way, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I don't think it's as good as the other seasons, I have to say. But I still do like those characters. I'm having fun with it. Have you been watching Agatha all along?
No, I haven't. No.
Man.
That's the new one. I'm not, and also I haven't watched the second half of the Daryl Dixon series yet either.
That's very unlike you.
So I just haven't had time. I genuinely haven't had a lot of time.
Yeah.
So they're on my list to watch. What have I watched though?
Agatha's really good, by the way. I was really surprised how much I'm enjoying that.
Yeah, okay. I've heard it's good.
Yeah.
I've heard good things. We have watched the end of Young Sheldon because my wife loves Big Bang Theory. I'm not. It's fine. It's okay. but she absolutely loves Big Bang Theory. And also, we see a lot of our son in young Sheldon.
Oh, I can imagine,
We're like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I know.
Do you get tips from it?
No, not massively, because it's not really, like, very sensible. But it's got a really hard-hitting ending.
Oh, really?
Not the last episode, but kind of like the second to last episode. It's a bit of a tearjerker.
I think I know where it goes, though. Because I watched a lot of Big Bang to know certain characters are not around. Okay. And they're doing a spin-off of that, aren't they, now? Another spin-off.
They? Oh, I didn't know that. A spin-off of the spin-off?
Yes. The brother, George.
Oh, right, okay. Georgie.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think he's the best thing in it.
Well, he's getting a spin-off.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
And I think that's all I've really watched.
Okay.
Can't think of much else, to be honest.
I've watched the Mr. McMahon documentary on Netflix.
I have not.
For the people who know who Mr. McMahon or Vince McMahon is.
Vince McMahon, yeah.
He's the man who basically created WWF for what it is. Lots of the recordings were done before a lot of horrible things came out. And it's an interesting watch because he tries to paint himself in such a wonderful light, and he's not a good character. And it's got some awful stories from what used to happen behind the scenes in wrestling and how competitive and horrible it was, or still is, to be honest. I don't think it shows anything new light if you know that kind of world, but it does. It is interesting and it is funny because they interview like all the people, his whole family, him, lots of the famous wrestlers. And then obviously, I don't know if you know what happened. There's been sexual, what's the words I'm looking for?
Sexual assault allegations against him, yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Rich. I was like...
That's all right. That's okay. Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't sound like a good dude.
No. It depends where you look from it. It could look like a bit of he's being targeted, but I don't think it is because certain things that come out of the man's mouth are not wonderful. But it's like if you like wrestling and you know the kind of the background, then it's an interesting watch. But apart from that, it's all right. What else have I watched? Agatha, I think's good. Murders, I think's good. Oak Island is back on Bravo or whatever I'm watching, which is about The Curse of Oak Island is about this island in Canada where they're digging for treasure, and lots of people have been digging for treasure for a long, long time on this little island. They keep finding mad things on this island.
Oh, you've told me about this.
I love it.
I was like, that sounds familiar, but I definitely haven't watched it. Yeah, you told me about this, I think.
I absolutely love it. But that's good. But I don't think there's nobody. Have you watched? I know I haven't watched it, but Bad Monkey. Did you start that on?
I haven't yet. No, I haven't started Shrinking yet either. Oh, I know what I've watched.
Go on.
Like Slow Horses.
I still haven't watched Slow Horses. I'm waiting to they're all on
this
together.
Series has been really good. Like there's an episode, and I was stunned. Like the end of it, and I was like, oh shit!
Really?
Like yeah. Like, it's really good.
It's amazing.
It's definitely worth watching.
Next season's been announced already, so that's good.
Yeah, I mean, they show you the start of next season at the end of this season. So
I love how they do that.
Yeah, me too. So you know it's coming. Watch it, Dave. Watch it. The season's over now. You can just binge it all.
Well, I want that and Shrinking at the same time for my Apple.
Okay. Yeah. Just use mine. It's fine.
But that's all TV stuff, so thank you. It's nice that you've watched some TV compared to the movies. Let's move on to what's coming up. What's coming up? I don't really know how to end that yet.
You'll get there, mate. You'll get there.
I don't know. Anyway, we will be talking, if we get time to see Smile 2, which apparently is out now, Rich, while we're talking.
Oh, I've got to watch Smile, haven't I?
Well, we've got to find time to go and watch it before, you know how quickly they take films off. Venom 2 is also, Venom 3, The Last Dance is also coming up this weekend. But what else is, so that's 2 of the weeks. Oh, we're getting Paddington in Peru, early November. That's exciting.
Yes. Yeah, looking forward to that. I'm surprised it's November, not December. You thought that'd be a Christmas one, wouldn't you?
Yes. Also, Gladiator 2 is coming out on November the 15th.
I know, right? It's a good week. It's a good month for sequels. So we've got Smile 2, we've got Venom 3, we've got Paddington 2, and then we've
Paddington
got...
3.
Paddington 3, sorry.
Yeah.
I just want to watch Paddington 2 again, to be fair. And then we've got, what's it called? The one you just said.
Gladiator.
Gladiator 2, yeah. So it's a good month, November.
Early screenings of Gladiator are saying that it's incredible.
I've heard Oscar talk for Gladiator 2, which I think is quite impressive.
They've moved up Gladiator. That means we can do an episode in November.
Oh.
So our schedule's looking like this currently.
Okay.
To be confirmed. Friday the 1st, we're going to do Smile 2, which is next week. That might change, honestly.
Yeah.
Because we might not get time to go and see Smile, that cinema. We'll let you know. Wednesday, we're starting Box Set Mentality, the new box set of George A. Romero's Dead series.
Night of the Living Dead, yeah. Kicking off with Night of the Living Dead, yeah.
Friday the 8th, we are reviewing Venom: The Last Dance 3. Friday the 15th, Paddington in Peru review. Wednesday the 20th, Disenfranchised, which we're doing District 9.
District 9, yeah. Which is good. A good move. We're going to watch some good movies, Dave.
Mate, we're doing
good movies.
Looks ace, by the way, November. Venom.
Yeah.
Paddington. Gladiator 2. George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead. District 9. Spoil. And then Roundup on the 29th.
I am excited. But if Gladiator 2... Does Gladiator 2 push Smile 2 out then?
No.
Okay. So we can't... I thought Venom was out this weekend.
It is.
That means we could watch that before next week.
Yes, but then we won't get through.
And then we can watch Paddington, and then we can watch... No?
Yeah, then we haven't got anything for Friday the 8th.
Is that not Paddington 2? Paddington 3, sorry. Anyway, we'll figure something out so we don't have to watch Smile 2.
Rich is like, I don't want to watch Smile 2.
I'm such a wuss. I'm sorry.
We haven't watched it. Apparently it's really good.
Okay, all right. We'll watch Smile 2. We'll watch it. I'll put myself through it. It'll be fine.
I don't believe him. I don't believe I'll get to see it. I don't know. This might change. I'm panicking. Anyway, other films coming out. This has been chaos.
Yeah, sorry.
Other films coming out. Heretic. You know that Hugh Grant film? Have you seen this trailer for this? Hugh Grant?
I have seen the trailer for it because I saw it with you. I think it was on...
I think it looked pretty creepy.
When we watched Hellboy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, looks quite creepy. I don't really want to watch it.
There's the Super/Man story about the Christopher Reeve story, which apparently will make you cry.
I would like to watch that. Yeah.
Juror number 2, which is Clint Eastwood's latest film, and he's still making 2 films at the age of 92 or whatever he is now.
157.
With Nicholas Hoult. Looks really good. Watched the trailer the other day. Looks good. Apparently might not get a very big release, but I don't know.
It's interesting.
Cillian Murphy's new film, Small Things Like These, looks very sad. So I might not watch that. November 6th is that film I know Richard can't wait for. Red One, starring Dwayne Johnson, Chris Evans, and Lucy Liu. You've seen that trailer, right? About 1 million times.
Yeah, I think I have. It's the Father Christmas one.
It's the Father Christmas one.
Yay.
Also coming out is the Pharrell Williams documentary about his life,
looking forward to.
Piece by Piece.
I'm quite interested about that.
Which is all done by Lego.
Yeah. I told my wife about that and she's like, what?
It's mad.
What are you talking about?
Directed by Morgan Neville, who I've interviewed before. Lovely man.
Oh, nice.
Lovely.
Maybe we could get him on the pod, Dave.
Well, it's a few years ago. I don't know how to get hold of him anymore. Conclave, Ray Fiennes, Stanley Tucci, about the Pope's conspiracy.
Yeah, Conclave, yeah.
Thank you. Looks all right. Oh, there is something coming out. I don't know if we have to watch it. November the 22nd is Wicked, the musical.
Oh, I think we should watch that. It's a prequel, isn't it? So we should do Unequal prequel.
Well, the thing is, they haven't announced, but secretly this film is 2 parts. So there is going to be a Wicked Part 2.
Okay.
But yes, it kind of is a prequel, and we will have to do a sequel as well.
Yeah.
November the 29th, Moana 2.
We're definitely watching that.
Yeah. That's going that first
100%.
week.
We're watching that. That'll be early December that we
That'll be
that
Friday the 6th of December, Moana 2.
Nice.
That wasn't on my list.
Wow, I can't believe we're talking about December already. Jesus. Feels like it was like Easter a minute ago.
It's mad. It's actually mad.
Yeah.
I can't keep up.
I am old.
And then you'll have your birthday. Then I'll have my birthday.
Yeah.
And then we're into January. But let's not think about that until we get through November.
No. But do you know what will happen at Christmas? We'll finish season 7.
Yes, we will.
Season 7 finishes at Christmas time. We'll round it off with some sort of Christmassy special thing.
Maybe.
Maybe. So if you want to join us for season 7, hit that subscribe button, hit the auto download button. We'll drop into your popular choice every single week. While you're there, if you wouldn't mind tapping us out a little review on Apple Podcasts, we are trying to get to 200 5-star reviews, because if we do, we can become Rotten Tomatoes certified critics, which is exactly what we want and would be very funny indeed. So please do leave us those reviews. It also helps other people find the podcast. So please do that for us. That would be amazing. If you really love us and you want to hear those extra disenfranchised things we mentioned, the George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead or District 9, then join us over on anotherslice.com/unequal sequel, where for just $2.99 a month, you can join our subscription service. There is also a link in the bio of this episode to go and join us on Another Slice. So go and click on that and you can join us over there for just $2.99 a month. Tell us what you thought of all the things we've talked about today. We'll read out any of your comments in the end of month roundup next month. We're on all the social medias, or you can email us unequalsequel@hotmail.com.
Great.
Happy days.
That felt shorter for some reason. Normally I have time to go make myself a cup of tea or something when you do.
I did say it all, but
good job, sir. Well done.
Maybe I just said it quicker.
Thanks very much. Thank you for everyone that sent anything in. Keep sending your emails or text messages, whatever, the Twitters, the X's, the blue skies, the Instagrams, the TikToks,
all the things. We're all the things.
Yeah, we're everywhere now.
We mostly like Instagram, I think.
We're trying to grow. Thank you, everyone, for support. We really appreciate that. I've got nothing else to say, so it's a bye-bye from me. It's a bye-bye. And a bye-bye from him.
Bye!
See you on the next one. Sequel to this one. Have a great month. Bye-bye.
I think we've done all right there.
Under an hour. Bang.
Yeah. What a roundup. We're almost like we're professionals.
We've done a whole month of film reviews and we haven't reviewed one scary film in October.
No. But it sounds like we are going to
we might.
The 1st of November.
Remember.
Maybe I'll go and watch Smile 2 on Halloween night.
That would be nice. There's so many. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hopefully it's still out.